On a filming week at Sorted, we film 12 videos, and yeah, they generate a lot of food, but they also create quite a lot of extra food scraps and leftovers. So we've rummaged around the entire building and in some of the bins and put all these bits and pieces together. And because we've got our two chefs in the building, Ben and James, we're seeing what dishes the chefs can come up with this eclectic selection of challenging ingredients. You're both on your creative tippy toes. What's in your heads?
As many dishes as we can get done.
Lots of inspiration, lots of little bits, lots
starting.
of different flavours. We're going to start with dessert because they'll either take time to bake or to cool or to set.
Okay, short pork cupcakes.
Where'd they come from?
We used, they come from the car. Did a video of Izzy Hammond testing
nice.
Kitchen gadgets for the car. What do you do with that?
I've never used oat cream before, but I'm hoping it's going to work. I'm going to whip it up and I'm going to make a quick ice cream, a birthday cake ice cream.
There's a time limit of an hour and you're making ice cream.
We'll spread it out nice and thinly on a tray, chuck it in the freezer and hope for the best.
Is there a tray freezing in there already or not?
No.
Would that help?
Yes.
James has said he's going to take the buttercream icing off of the cupcakes, so I thought what's underneath is kind of stale cake. So I'm going to use it like sponge fingers, like lady sponge fingers, and make a tiramisu.
Are those enough? Because I was also going to put the cake in.
Oh, save me some.
So I'll take the icing off all of them and then save two.
Sure, plenty.
Is that okay?
But instead of using coffee, we've got this really overbrewed tea.
Oh, is that from
The 35-year-old aged
Why
tea
didn't you drink that? That was delicious.
It was delicious, but there was quite a lot of it, and it's very overbrewed, but actually to soak into our sponge fingers.
Okay.
With mascarpone, well, there's a little bit of Philadelphia, egg yolk, whisk it up, sugar. And the other advantage I have is that knowing we were filming this, I have been stashing away little bits and pieces as the week goes on, including some orange peel from the other day, which I dehydrated. Normally the orange peel, once you've eaten the orange, definitely goes in the bin.
Where's the orange from?
We always have a fruit bowl kicking around.
Oh, okay, right, off the filming.
Like,
Gotcha,
literally,
yeah.
like there's another 5 left over from just squeezing now.
You know what those brownies go really well with?
What?
Ranch.
Oh.
That was a celebrity
Ben was
combination.
telling me this.
That did not work.
That's good. Whipped cream, sugar, cupcakes, icing and brownie.
Let's get your nose in that.
That smells like Christmas.
That is just orange peel.
I love doing that. I love
So
doing that.
these are a combination of leftovers and scraps. These were scraps that would otherwise completely have been thrown away.
Yeah.
I just chopped them up, dehydrated them, blended them, and it's like a marmalade crumb because it's pithy and zesty and citrusy. It's going in with our sweetened mascarpone and egg yolk mix for our tiramisu.
It's going to taste a bit like our beer. Doesn't coriander seeds, Ben?
Do you know what? It would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
James, you're moving on to a main course?
I think so, yeah.
I can see you eyeing up 100 years of burger.
I'm looking at burgers. I'm looking at burgers for their meat content. I was thinking of making like a red wine stewy thing.
Ragu?
Like a beef stew, like a ragu, yeah, like a ragu. Because Ben showed me this earlier.
Oh yeah, Iron Maiden red wine.
We haven't got
yeah.
any fresh stuff. There's nothing fresh.
Not a lot. We've got some
It's
gremolata
all
made earlier.
scraps. Dom, you're in shot.
Okay, so some of our tea and a little bit of vodka. One of the white spirits that goes into iced tea, or Long Island iced tea, and this is cold tea. I've sweetened it slightly. I'm going to make some sponge fingers, soak them, and get them into a dish.
I found an onion.
An onion?
I'm cooking a little bit of onion with some butter that I see. I'm also going to scoop out some tomatoes.
From our staff lunch?
No, this is, we made this. I was here for this one. This is Stanley Tucci's minestrone.
I was at somewhere else.
But to be fair, Baz, most of the food we cook ends up upcycled as some kind of team lunch.
Yeah.
So yes, you came back and that was upstairs as a big pot of minestrone for lunch.
That was my lunch.
Some people had some. What was left, I scooped out the nice bits, the tomato and some veg there, but I've also got all of the stock from it there. So we'll see if we can use that.
I'm just going to like press this in my hand to try and make a mince
Okay.
type texture.
You pop that into the fridge.
Ooh.
How many eggs have we got left?
You got 3 eggs and some eggshells.
I'm going to also make another dessert because we've also got leftover from an event, sometimes the studio when we're not filming, we're hosting, and we have, I don't know, brands, agencies, all sorts in, and these are literally pastries left over from the start of the week. Fresh pastries, nothing better. Stale pastries need a bit of loving. I'm going to give them a bit of loving.
Dom, you're in shot again.
I know, I'm sorry.
So far, Ben, you've got two very moist-looking desserts.
Well, one's a tiramisu and it's going to set up as the mascarpone orange cream mix soaks into the stale cupcakes that's been soaked in tea. And this one is stale croissant, so an enriched laminated dough that we're going to pour a custard over the top and then bake. So think bread and butter pudding. What do we got? Apricots, that'll do.
Okay, so while my ragu is going, almost ready for the wine, I found some hash browns and I've found some spaghetti with chili through it.
Ah, they were Jennifer Lawrence's.
I've combined them and I'm going to flour, egg, possibly try and find some panko breadcrumbs and then deep fry them.
We've got some stale burger tops you could blend upstairs. We didn't bring down, but let's use
I
those.
can get those.
Stale burger tops and some oil.
I'll get the burger tops.
That'd be wonderful.
We've always got jams kicking around, long shelf life. This one's been open a while, not from this week's filming, but probably from the one before. Jam, sugar, egg yolks, thickened with hot milk, not taking it to full custard stage, but then we're going to pour it over our croissant and apricots.
Here we go. We have our pat
Thank you, sir. Wonderful, I think.
Oh, hang on a minute.
What?
Are you going to pane something?
Yeah.
That's a much better use of egg wash. There's some egg wash left over. I was going to use it to thicken my custard, but you
Thanks,
might as
chef.
well use it as egg wash. I'll just use the egg yolk. Stale croissant is going to soak into that custard. We'll give it 20 minutes to soak and then bake it off.
Barry, you're in my shot.
You're in my shot.
No, you're...
You're in my shot. Get out.
Did you use all of the chicken stock?
No.
Chefs, you've had 16 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's here if you want to use it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So one challenge, which is different when you're writing sidekick recipes, is for filming, when you want to construct a burger and you need 2 or 3 lettuce leaves, you still have to buy them as 2 heads. So we've got literally 1.5 heads of lettuce left. So I'm going to make the classic dish, lettuce soup.
That's the first thing I've heard that I'm not sure about.
I'm going to quickly boil it just to blanch and then refresh it. And then I'm going to blend it with whatever is left of this, not a lot of yogurt, some fresh herbs and some stock.
Why do you keep making things wet?
It's a... have you never heard of lettuce soup?
No.
Oh, it's a classic.
Is this Telagia?
Unidentifiable. Couldn't work it out. I've forgotten even already. The mouldy bit. You alright?
We'll see.
No, Ben.
When did you put that in?
Ben's been cooking that for 6 hours.
This I've been drying for a while. So another event we had a while ago, we had 3 different classes of kids come in to give them
Oh, yeah.
tropical fruits as part of something with the Country Trust. Food Heroes programme, and they came in just to experience new food. And we had loads of fruit juices for them.
Yeah.
And we had 3/4 of a carton of guava juice left. So I've just reduced it down, dried it out, and see if we can make some fruit roll-ups.
Did you turn the oven up and forget?
I turned it up for my bread and butter pudding and completely forgot. Now we'll let it cool, and then we'll get there.
They are some big balls, James.
Hefty, aren't they?
Surprise cheese.
I'm supposed to see that.
It's hiding the Telaggio.
Let's see how this goes, shall we? Flour, egg, breadcrumb.
So I've got all the lettuce which are blanched off and chilled. There's a few ice cubes left in there, doesn't matter. Some yogurt, some stock, some seasoning, a little bit of gremolata in here because it's got a little bit of raw garlic and some herbs. Gremolata was from Jamie Oliver's kitchen gadget. Can you pop that in the fridge? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bread and butter pudding has absorbed some of the custard. It's going in the oven. Roll ups. We're going to see if they roll now. We'll just roll them up.
I'm frying. I'm doing it.
I'm excited by these hash brown balls. We're nearly halfway through your challenge. How many dishes do you think you're going to be making?
How many have we made already?
Well, so far we've got 3 desserts, 2 savoury, a fruit
3.
roll up.
Soup.
You've got lettuce soup as well.
Oh, yeah, it happened so quick. We need to do something with the watermelon. That's a bit hot, chef. Oofed.
We've got lots of leftover watermelon because we had to square a watermelon into a sandwich with Ollie. So we have some big offcuts.
And I think, again, if this works, my mind's taking me to two places. One, leftover watermelon. Two, scraps of watermelon rind.
The rind, we nearly always throw that in the bin. What else can you do with it?
I'm going to pickle it. So you take off the green skin and you get rid of the red flesh, and the white bit in the middle, it behaves a bit like turnip, which makes it or like a mouli or a radish,
Right, okay.
and therefore
Yeah.
it's great for pickling. So it's a great pickled thing. You can chop it up very fine and put it through salads, or you can even cook it and soften it in stews or casseroles. So that's what I'm going to try and do, which means I'm going to make a pickle with some wine we've had open in the fridge for far too long, and I'll throw into it whatever I can find. Oh, freshly squeezed orange juice from a pretentious gadget,
That you really liked.
which I really didn't have a problem with. And I think the mystery.
Mystery ingredient.
I'm not. Why are you picking that up?
This is not great, and
Oh,
it's
it's
not
mould.
sealed, and there's a little bit of mould around here. But
What
this
do you mean?
bit,
No, Ben. No.
no.
that's preserved. And now I'm going to heat it up, and I'm going to cook it in our pickle mixture.
There's mould on the...
Yeah.
It's gone, that's gone, that's in the bin.
That is gone. That's gone.
Grow up, boys.
Really?
So-
if Gordon Ramsay came in and Kitchen Nightmares, you'd be closing the restaurant.
Absolutely. But the restaurant is guilty of about 10% food waste. They have to be. When you're at home, it's really important that you use your senses to get the best out of food. And just because something says best before 11th of May and today's the 21st? 22nd. That's 10 days out of date, apparently. It's been in the fridge. It's sour cream. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And we're going to use it.
Yeah.
And I would say this pickle's the same. It's got a bit of a fur coat, but even like a good jam or something, you can always get down to the bit that's preserved. Use your senses, use your sniff test, taste a tiny bit, see how it goes. You're probably okay. Too much food is wasted because of scaremongering.
How do 10 different burgers taste in the ragu?
Butter, a lot of cheese, and burgers.
You put that much good stuff together, it's not going to taste bad, is it?
No. What's this?
Pulled pork from lunch.
Oh, is that where it went?
Keep some of it back. I've got an idea.
Oh.
I need,
Oh.
yeah, plenty, because I need to find a way of using this water. Unless you've got a use for watermelon.
This is mine.
Fine.
Do you have an idea?
We chef.
It's going in there, right at the end. It's just going to be a simple pork pasta with some croutons.
You're learning, well done.
I've still got a whole cheeseburger to deal with.
Flesh, delicious, still be used. Peel, no, not much good. The bit in between, treat it like a vegetable, like turnip. It still has some of that melon flavour. We're just going to make a slight pickle. I'm just going to cut it into sort of matchstick-sized pieces.
I guess it's super absorbent as well, so it'll take on more of that pickling flavour.
Yeah. And we'll just pickle just enough to go on the side of a dish in our wine vinegar mystery jar concoction.
Some croutons.
Quite a few, aren't they? Yeah.
You're going to plate these as a pasta dish.
Yeah, done. That needs something to go with it.
We just lay it up into a pan with some bread tortillas and put it in the freezer. As in, treat it as a make it.
Lasagna.
Yeah.
Or we could just do it now.
Sorry, they've just started whispering to each other. What are you planning?
Well, I don't have a starch to go with this yet, but we do still have these. And we're thinking we could put them in a dish and make like a lasagna style thing.
Or just a stack of quesadillas?
Bolognese quesadilla.
Or that, yeah.
You have used nearly everything, which is remarkable.
Yeah. We have lots of odds and ends of cheese because we did the identify 16 different cheese episode. Now, the big chunks that were left, people have taken home. They're wrapped up. But there's all sort of like one of those, a little bit of manchego left. I don't know why there's an Italian flag in a piece of cheddar, but there's all sorts. So I'm just going to use some feta and mix it with some gremolata and make a little bit of like a topping.
Boys, you got 10 minutes left.
That's okay. That is okay.
Pulled pork. I'm going to do a quesadilla
Gonna do a little cheesy thing.
because we've got so much stuff.
A cheeseburger quesadilla.
Yeah, why not? So I'm going to do some manchego, some
Like, are you looking around, scrounging?
cheeseburger.
Bacon.
Okay, so we recently had an interview in The Telegraph that was looking at 20 years of YouTube. So it's YouTube's 20th birthday this year, and 20 food trends. And one of the trends I had to talk about was cheeseburger everything. And there was a trend about 10 years ago where they just made cheeseburger lasagnas, cheeseburger sushis, if you could find a food format, they would put a cheeseburger in it.
Mega burger pizzas.
So cheeseburger quesadilla.
I've kind of got 2 ragouts on the go. I've got pulled pork pasta, which is really just the pulled pork and the pasta dish mixed together. And I've got my ragout that, shall I make it into a lasagna or not?
What is that? Oh, it's a burger.
It's a cheeseburger, but it's got cheese, bacon and burger. So if I just chop it up and put it in the middle of our cheese quesadilla with a little bit of pickle and some fresh spring onions. I want to talk to you about the spring onions, Baz.
Where are they?
Because we talk about the difference between leftovers, scraps like orange peel that you can dehydrate or watermelon rind that you can pickle, but you can also, and this was a bit long ago, I took the ends of spring onions and I put them in water and I grew new spring onions.
Ben's been planning this video for months.
So that
actual months.
2 weeks. 2 weeks we decided we were going to do this.
I found out about it an hour ago.
And I thought, actually, that is all absolutely free.
Wow. These are the things you see as you're scrolling through Instagram and going, oh, that's cool, I'll do that one day, and you never do.
Can be done.
He's the man who does it.
Can be done. Right, cheeseburger filling.
What are you doing, quesadilla? I'm doing a lasagna.
Like an enchilada, isn't it, really?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Bit of a cross between the two.
What was that? Oh, yogurt.
Just sour cream.
Just sour
Bit of
cream.
creaminess.
This is the manchego and cheddar. Little bit of pickle. Cheeseburger condiments.
I didn't expect to see Ben make a cheeseburger.
Every cheeseburger needs mustard.
Happy with that?
We chef.
Wow,
Wobbly.
yeah.
It's wobbly.
What you want from a bread and butter pudding is a slight wobble, nice crispness, and a bit of custardy goo inside.
Oh, this is where the artiste comes out, James. Oh, look at this. Looks like an old school psychic recipe. Oh, yeah. Good looking first dish.
This is a pork and pasta ragout.
Resurrected spring onions, Easter onions, we'll call them.
So, what? Okay.
Oh, okay. Third dish, you have
Fruit roll-ups.
fruit roll-ups.
More of a snack. Chef, you've got some croutons on the go, right?
I have.
Can I use them on my soup?
Absolutely.
A beautiful chilled soup.
James is playing a bit of pickleball. Oh, yes. Oh, he's got sticky balls now.
Spaghetti, chili,
What?
taleggio,
With confidence.
balls with pickle. I just call it pickle balls.
This is some of the leftover feta, the regrown
Ice
spring
cream.
onions.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Could you fetch tiramisu, please?
Set.
Well, nicely soft, yeah. And then we've got some leftover meringue kisses
Ooh.
from Paris Hilton.
This episode is star-studded, isn't it?
To go with the orange and tea.
Oh, quesadillas, that's so good.
Cheeseburger quesadillas with some pickled watermelon.
Yes!
I saw some mint in here. Ben will like that. Do you want croûtes, Ben?
Yeah, go.
A little bit?
Yeah, sure.
6, 7, 8. We are on 8. We're on 8.
So we've done that in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's bring it all to the front, James. We've got a cheeseburger quesadilla with pickled watermelon rind. James, what was that?
Damn it. We've got
Pickle balls, James. Just pickle balls.
chili bolognese balls with pickle and sour cream.
Meat ragu lasagna with tortilla. We've got a chilled lettuce soup with fennel and regrown spring onions. Pulled pork pasta minestrone thing. Bread and butter pudding with apricot and pecan. A tea and dehydrated orange rind tiramisu with kisses. James's birthday ice cream and some fruit roll-ups.
8 very impressive dishes and some fruit roll-ups. I had no idea what to expect from those ingredients.
Nor
All
did
you.
we. Nor did we.
I'm pretty pleased with how we did that.
Should
I
be.
think that went
There's
well.
a good variety, and I'm not sure anyone would set out to deliberately do any of this, but the point is, loads of ideas. I don't think, in my head, any of it's going to be bad.
No.
Should we see how good it is, though?
Yeah.
I want to try one of these,
No.
because I didn't really see what went into it. I was busy making this.
Oh, look at
Oh,
Mario. I was a
yeah,
bit
I've got
worried.
a
I was a bit
cheesy
worried
middle.
that- Yeah.
You got the cheese pull the internet needs as
Well
well.
done.
I've been trying not to say arancini,
Cheers.
but it is kind of like a spaghetti arancini.
But with potato and spaghetti. Oh,
And then a yogurt kind of
It's
sour
good.
cream number
Right.
with pickle.
You've got something there.
Was this all the meats in the ragu?
Yeah, sausages, posh burgers.
Oh, the sausages was from our 1970s catsup, wasn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, James, it's very
Oh, and
sweet.
red wine. Red wine.
It's quite sweet, but it's rich.
I'm glad you suggested doing a lasagna at the end because I was kind of worried about how this was going to be served.
It feels-
but it worked so well.
I think what's interesting there is if you're in a position where you've got, after a barbecue maybe, some like expensive high value proteins left, and probably things like cheese left, which are also expensive high proteins, you didn't need to cook this off. We could have just smushed it together between the tortillas and whacked it in the freezer, come back to it a week later and then just bake it off to order. I think that's great.
Right, no pressure, Ben, but both of James's so far have been sensational.
Yep, right. Welcome to lettuce soup and a cheeseburger quesadilla. That's a summer in a bowl, that.
The taste of lettuce.
The taste of lettuce.
I assumed because you boiled the lettuce, I thought it would have lost its lettuceness. I thought it
Gets
would
rid
just
of
be
all the
green.
water in lettuce and keeps all the good flavour, and then you blend it up with yoghurt and herbs for sure, and a little bit of stock. But yeah,
Do you know what's so nice about it is that it's all subtle. So you can taste lettuce, you can taste olive oil, you can
Yeah,
taste cheese,
yeah.
you can taste the croutons. Like everything kind of like comes together really nicely.
and it's the
really
perfect dip
good.
for a cheeseburger quesadilla.
Is it? Why are you dipping that?
Manchego cheddar,
oh.
cheeseburger, gherkin,
Oh.
English mustard, and ketchup.
It's actually quite
That's
good.
brilliant. I was expecting it to taste a bit like one of these two, but
You
it's
proper
again
threw that together,
completely
that's
unique.
good.
And then some watermelon rind, still got a crunch, but they're pickled.
I like pickle, I like the texture.
Yeah, that's good.
Still no idea what the flavour from that pickle is,
like
but
kohlrabi.
with orange juice and white wine, works.
I feel like this is a pretty safe one. This is just pulled pork with minestrone.
That does not taste like minestrone. That has now been taken to Texas or one of the Carolinas.
It doesn't have to be complicated. Like you can literally have two different dishes that you cooked on 2 different days, chuck them together if they work. You know, like we know that pork works with pasta.
And beans. It's like a bean stew cowboy country with a bit of pasta in
You
it.
don't have to do a load of work to just make something good from leftovers.
Who's got a sweet tooth? There's one hot, two cold.
Should we go cold first? Before it gets
probably.
Let's do the
Yeah.
ice cream first because it's melting.
It's froyo.
But I love all the textures going on.
Oh, she's got a bit of cake.
Bit of cake.
Bit of cake, bit of brownie.
It's just naughty.
That feels like old school sorted. That does.
Yeah. Did this set in time. I eyeballed the egg yolk to milk ratio. Yeah. I mean, that's old school dessert.
That's taking me back. We did that. We did all done it before. It was a leftover dish. A Tesco shoot, where the kitchen moved around. You did a croissant and chocolate bread and butter pudding. I've just remembered that.
So this is a nice
Butter
fruity apricot
Yeah.
vanilla pecan version of that. Tiramisu.
What we've done is we've
I
had
forgot about tiramisu.
Well, it's not really tiramisu.
you've got a good.
Good consistency
Yeah.
for tiramisu.
I thought
It does
those.
look good actually.
I thought the cupcake would have disintegrated.
Couldn't be further from tiramisu with coffee and chocolate, but orange and tea.
It works.
Not again. You put in very sweet cupcakes into that. Very sweet things, but because of the tea and the vodka, it's actually
Yeah, the vodka works. Actually.
balanced and
And the
mellow.
cream cheese mix isn't too sweet. It's got more of that orange dehydrated skin through it.
Let's celebrate with these. I don't think these count because you've been playing on these for a long time.
Well, we reduced down some guava juice, and for about 4 hours they've been in the oven.
We shouldn't eat these on camera.
They're a bit sticky teeth.
Very delicious.
They're a sucker, not a chewer.
Yes, that was flipping sensational. Let us know what you guys think. If we should do this more often at the end of every filming week.
Well, we always have different leftovers that aren't worth throwing away.
It felt so nice to cook like that.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Really enjoyable. Let us know if you liked it by liking the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
In today's video, we try to answer the question, how many chefs spoil the broth?
Are you ready for this? Nope.
In this Sunday's audacious video, we take a basic stock to the best chefs in London,
No pressure.
getting them to add just one ingredient at a time before moving on to another.
We're just going to drop one in.
And we keep going
That's bold.
and going
The more you put in, the more flavour you get out.
and going
Okay, we've stepped up again.
until
Oh, you don't spin it now.
we arrive at an answer.
We can only
Watch the whole thing unfold this Sunday at 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel.